Okay, so meron na tayong naunang dalawang question, no, Jen. First is from Christine. Sabi niya, please also discuss the before and after of your onboarding process. So maybe like a high-level difference between the two. Bago niyo
Okay.
siya gawin and after.
Sige, thank you, Christy, for the question. Our onboarding process before, yung usual, alam niyo naman, di ba? Before I became a design thinker, I was also one of the trainers or educators, as we were called. Usual orientation lang yun, di ba? With in a classroom, ibibigay sa yung handbook, discussion, ganyan. So usual onboarding process. After the design sprint, we made it even more interactive. There was a everything was gamified. We had mystery rooms. We had parang gamified site tour, yung mga ganyan. So, ang tawag dito, hanggang ngayon, that's still being done in my previous company. Kasi we actually, the basis for that was, in-interview namin yung mga lahat ng dumaan sa onboarding na parang, what do you want to see in the onboarding? How can we improve this? Yung mga ganyan. So, nag-empathize kami and then yun yung naging kinalabasan ng aming onboarding project.
Okay. So may tinanong sila, no? Just a follow-up question. So from Maria, sabi niya, or Karen, sabi niya, paper-based onboarding? Question mark. So is this how you were doing it or not?
It was mixed. Meron paper, di ba meron tayong mga activities, parang however you envision the old traditional onboarding to be, yes, meron kaming paper, meron ding, ang tawag dito, most of it was like, kami as instructors, we would tell them na, okay, write whatever, not gonna say the questions, write this, write that, tapos may mga speakers kami, di ba, like for example, somebody to orient, somebody to say something about the mission and vision, ganyan. So, ganun yung naging onboarding namin. Tapos, naging parang completely different siya. So, kung paper-based ba, mixed siya before.
Okay. Meron pang nag-follow up sa'yo. Very good feedback to the onboarding process until now. I guess this is your colleague, even after 3 years.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ren. Yes. Kasi, ang tawag dito, we're still doing it. And of course, I would like to thank Design Sprint for that. Thanks, Ren.
Okay, I guess you left a legacy in your company, no? Bago ko pa umalis. Anyway, so I'll proceed with other questions. Yung pangalawang question from Valerie, sabi niya, is Design Sprint applicable to logistics or tracking services setup?
Yes, in any industry, for logistics or tracking setup, identify your problems, identify if you don't know where to start, you can, your customer is a good place to start, the voice of the customer, and parang i-categorize nyo kung ano yung pinaka-commonly recurring problems of the customer, and that's where you can start innovating. So, i-follow nyo lang yung design sprint process and you'll be able to come up with your solutions for your tracking service problems.
Yeah, so siguro to supplement lang, no, para kasi alam ko hindi niyo pa nakikita yung buong design sprint process. I can try to show it later if we have time, but siguro what's good is that alam mo yung susunod mong gagawin, right, Jen? So hindi ka manghuhula tama ba yung ginagawa ko or hindi. So you just have to follow, like, trust the process, sabi nga nila sa NBA, di ba? Trust the process. So that's what's good with design sprint. So another one, almost similar question pero ibang field naman kay Jeanette. Sabi niya, pwede ba daw sa government processes?
Yes, government processes, again, a good place to start is, kung meron na kayong recurring problem, that's a good place to start. You can also, sa mga government process, yung mga usual complaints, a good starting point would be, let's say, customer journey mapping. Tapos tinignan nyo kung saan kayo may bottleneck, diba? You can also use that as a starting point. Pero as I mentioned, any industry, you can actually apply the principles of design thinking, actually, design sprint.
Mm-hmm. So siguro, to supplement again, those who already are our alumni in Six Sigma, di ba, we taught you how to differentiate between a Six Sigma project and a problem and not a Six Sigma problem. Wala pala akong video. So, yeah. So, anything outside of that, here in Design Sprint, ang challenge mo naman is hindi mo alam yung kung ano yung preference ng customer mo, di ba? So, what is their preference? Will this work with them? You are doubting your idea. So, to eliminate those doubts sa idea mo, you could try Design Sprint, kahit high-level process lang. I'll go to the next question, no? Medyo iba naman to. So what can you do if your company, from Pia, what can you do if your company is not that open to changes? How can you convince them that this will help?
Thank you for that wonderful question. Parang feeling ko beauty pageant, kapag if you're met with an objection, first of all, even though my company was parang innovative na kasing culture, parang yun na kasing pinaka-vision namin before. To convince stakeholders to use design sprint or to use the methodology in whatever we're gonna do moving forward, what still had a business case. So what I can suggest is give them the complete picture of what design sprint is. Give what we did was we presented the end-to-end process, and then nakikita nila yung merit the how an idea will evolve from a simple idea to an actually a tangible product or service, and they will see the merit. They will see the merit of the process, and they will see the benefit of trying it out, diba? So what you can actually do is take on a small project and use the design sprint methodology, and then that alone can be proof that it can be effective, because that's how much you can trust the process of design sprint. So try it out with a small project first, and at the same time create a business case. Of course, as with everything else, once you see the design sprint, it's very easy to explain. It's also very easy to show kung ano man nagiging output per stage, and they'll actually be able to see the evolution of an idea to a tangible product or service. And I'm sure that any organization would be open to any type of improvement, whether process or product.
Nice, nice. Spot on, no, Jen, spot on. This was also mentioned in PJ, if you remember, for those who previously attended in our second episode. He also mentioned that he started small. So it was like a testing for them for the design sprint. And I remember Jen's story when she was certified as well. Like, that's why they picked the onboarding. Kasi parang yun yung, kumbaga, in their eyes, that's where they can try it the fastest. 'Di ba, yung design sprint kung gagana siya or hindi. In PJ's case, yun naman, though they are in the technological type of industry, his tip is the same. Testing din para sa company nila, and they just choose a very small portion of the product they're trying to develop, no, which is actually a visitor management. Ano ba naman yung value ng visitor management, 'di ba? Ano ba naman yung impact niya? So but then after the design sprint, nakita nila yung changes na from before and after. So yun, start small. I guess that's the common tip between our change makers here. Start small, right? So another one, this is from both Facebook and here in Zoom, from Nelven Goneda and also from JD, pareha sila, no? Application daw ng, do you have any idea for the application ng design sprint sa financial industry naman? Medyo close ka naman yata dito dati dyan, no? Yes, sakto.
Yeah, give a financial institution. Actually, it depends on what you prioritize as your problem in the financial. Sa amin kasi ang naging problema namin is persistency, diba? So from a financial institution, we had to make sure that payments were being made on time, and then what we did was, again, we went down to the customer level and tried figuring out what is causing the low rate of persistency. Whatever your problem is in the financial sector, again, go back to your customers, go back to the VOC or the voice of the customers, and whatever the pain point, whatever is their bottleneck in the process, you can start with that, with anything actually, kahit na hindi financial yan, but I mean, I'm still talking about the financial industry in this one. And I'm speaking, I guess, for all the industries, that a good place to start is always the voice of the customer or any consistent complaints that you guys are having, and then apply the principles of design sprint. Kasi eventually, seriously, you will land with a viable solution for whatever industry you're in and whatever problem that you're facing.
Good, good. Spot on ulit, no? So, another question from JC. Pero before that, no, gusto ko lang yung mga nagko-comment, no? Sabi nila, you could actually apply design sprint to any industry. Same with other process improvement methodology, sabi ni Alta. That's actually true, right? Yun yung maganda sa methodology, no? Hindi siya restricted by industry. Because the methodology actually gives you a certain approach in solving problem. Any company has a problem naman. So, magkaiba lang ng application. So, if you're really aiming to, let's say, improve participation or customer satisfaction, then go ahead and apply design sprint, right? If you want to get the buy-ins of your customers. Kasi si Six Sigma process improvement, it's about reducing defects or delays, di ba? Or errors. So, magkaiba lang sila ng pero both applicable to any industry. So,
And
meron,
Arthur, siguro,
yes?
just to supplement, for people asking about the other methodologies, you can actually combine design sprint with another methodology. Okay, so design sprint, it can be the ideation or coming up a conceptualization of ideas, and let's say for the implementation, you can use Scrum, mga ganon. So you can mix and match methodologies with design sprint, actually.
Good. Yan. Actually, na-mix na namin yung ibang parte ni design sprint kay Six Sigma. So, true yan. True to that. Okay, so ito kay JC, how do you make design thinking a cultural thing in the organization? How do you actually jumpstart it? Yan, yung question niya. Paano mo daw i-jumpstart yung design thinking, yung culture rather, sa company?
Oh, sir. Yung culture of, is it the culture of design sprint?
Yeah, the culture of design. The exact question is the culture of design thinking. How do you make it cultural dun sa company?
Sige, I would like to go back to, thank you for that question. Very good question. I would like to go back to the 9 categories that we started with earlier. And an innovative culture, actually, an organization is already open and innovative. It's not going to be as hard to start or introduce the design sprint methodology. But if you guys are having problem, I suggest that you guys go back to the 9 categories and see kung asan ba doon kayo nagkakaroon ng problema. Is it the communication? Is it the resources? Is it the values? Ganyan. And from there, you can start there. Kung saan yung nagiging resistance ninyo, okay? So, parang change management din to eh. Okay, so for my kapwa OD practitioners here also, try to diagnose first where the resistance is coming from, and then that would be a good starting point. Parang tanggalin mo muna yung blockage to that innovation, and then you can introduce the design sprint methodology.
Okay, very nice. So, eto, sagutin ko lang yung ibang mga technical question, no? What is the acceptable timeline? Yun yung 4 days na structure ni design sprint. Ito, similar rin naman sa sinabi ni Jen, no? Paano daw pag traditional ang bosses, 'di ba? So kung yun yung hindrance mo, may yun yung sinasabi ni Jen. Tanggalin mo muna yung hindrance, tanggalin mo yung boss mo. Biro lang. biro lang. Siyempre, you try to address bakit hesitant yung boss mo, 'di ba? Well, anong you could show him the difference. Yun yung sinasabi ni Jen. You could maybe start with a small proposal to make the boss see the Jurassic Park daw, to make the boss see the difference. Or maybe in terms of communication and challenge, di ba? Yun yung 10, hindi pala 10 Ds yun. Yun yung 10 na sinabi ni Jen, no? Kung saan ka may problema. Then you try to address it. By the way, that's very unique to Jen, ha? Hindi yan galing sa amin. So that's actually Jen's approach, no? Worried, meron pa. Sometimes employees are worried their job is on the line when the innovation or improvement is technology or automation path. May gantong encounter ka ba, Jen?
About employees worrying about the innovation?
Worrying niya kasi baka daw matanggal yung trabaho nila eh.
I think any type of fear with any change is pretty normal. It's just how you manage that. So, for example, worry, where is it coming from? Again, so as with everything, as with the questions, you have to get to the root cause of saan ba nanggagaling yung fear na yan? Saan nanggagaling yung worry? Saan nanggagaling yung hesitation? So, if the employees are worried because of the culture, is it because of yung bosses ba mismo? Or is it because the methodology did not come from design sprint? Joke lang. Okay, so is it because the fear is coming from fear of failure? Yung mga ganyan. So those are indications that the company is not as open to the innovation yet. However, if they can be within your control, meaning is the fear or worry coming from this project might be failing, ganyan, or if it's on the line, ganyan. So again, please try to apply the fail fast. Okay, so what you're going to do is, especially with any automation, saka mo lang naman malalaman na kung effective siya or not kapag tinest mo. So hypothetically, 'di ba, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na baka pag hindi to gumana, baka masisanti ako. How do you know? It's not even there. You haven't prototype, you haven't tested it yet. So again, trust in the process, and then fail fast. So kung kahit na mag-fail yung project mo, give merit to it. It's pretty normal in any new process, any new changes in the organization. It's normal to have that fear, pero again, try to unearth where that fear is coming from, and also maraming components yan, di ba? Meron kayong risk mitigation, is that in place, di ba? So parang I don't think naman na parang hayaan lang kayo na organization na parang sige, pag hindi to gumana, sisante na kayo, mga ganun. So I don't think naman na organizations actually do that. But I mean, there has to be parang multifaceted siya. It's not only the innovation that you're fearing, but it's also what you guys have in place as an organization. How are you in terms of failure? How are you in terms of risks? Ganyan. So I think that's a multifaceted challenge, if you ask me.
Okay, very nice, no? So last question na lang, and I'll answer a few kasi medyo patapos na talaga yung program. So meron, ito lang, kay Herlene, sagutin ko lang, no, is the 4-day timeline pertains to planning a project using design sprint methodology. Hindi lang siya basta plano, so you'll have actual feedbacks from your customers using the prototype. So that's what's good. So may feedback ka, anong tama, anong mali. Yun yung sinasabi rin ni Jen na you fail fast. It's not actually you develop something, no, and then waste na yun. Hindi. So you have a prototype. We'll teach that to you as well in the full workshop if you're interested. How to do it, wherein you won't really spend much. Okay, time and effort kadalasan ng gastos dito. And then you will be able to test it with your customer, with actual customers, and gain their insight. So bago mo pa siya gawin, ipa-develop, kung let's say technology yan, di ba? Bago pa siya i-develop or i-execute, kung hindi man siya technology, you already know that it will work because you have received feedback from your customers. Alam mo yung dapat tanggalin, alam mo yung dapat i-retain sa idea mo, 'di ba? Na-tweak na siya, kumbaga. Right? So that's the difference. Ano pa ba yung question natin? Yun yung sa acceptable timeline, no? Ito last. Maganda to, madalas itanong to eh. Kay Carmen, how do you measure the success of an innovation project?
Sige. Nice question, no? Kasi lahat ng projects namin, yan din yung, parang we spend time trying to figure out the measure for the innovation project. So this is, this is the stakeholder management again. So when we define what the project is about, we also collaborate with them in terms of ano yung gusto nyong measure of success. So ako, since I came from a company where parang sales kami, so it's easier kasi natatranslate siya into numbers, diba? So an innovation project, whatever you have set with your stakeholder, like example, we had an innovation project that's about the conceptualization of a product. So ang una naming naging measure for the innovation project would be to actually come up with one. So yun, na-hit namin yun. And then next, as we coordinated or collaborated more with the stakeholders who asked for that particular project, yung naging next measure niya would be yung satisfaction rating with the customer. So for example, tinest na nila, and then they rated this product as this certain score, yung mga ganyan. So to answer that question directly, it depends on the stakeholder, what they're looking for in the project. So we define that with them. It can be increase in sales from this percent to that percent. With the persistency, it should be an increase in the persistency rate, ganyan. So every innovation project is different. So it depends on siguro ang magkakatalo lang dito is the tangible and intangible. Okay, so I have a coworker na grabe, siguro mga isang week naming sinasabing tangible and intangible. Paano mo i-convert yung intangible sa tangible? Yung mga ganyan. So again, it's with the stakeholders, what they want to see. And also for us, we try to relate, since I came from sales, we also try to relate it to, for example, we were targeting for awareness of persistency, let's say for example, or awareness of the sales process, yung mga ganyan. So how can you measure awareness? Magpapa-exam ka lang ba? Diba? Sabi nga natin, with the 4 levels of assessment, nasa level 1 ka lang. Where in fact, the application of it is actually, if you have an increase in awareness of the sales process, that should actually translate to your sales. So yung sales na yun, yung nagiging tangible for us in terms of we can measure that directly. So after, para ka lang nagme-measure ng training, di ba? After the training, dapat yung sales nitong certain advisor na to should be from this point to this point, ganyan. So it depends on the innovation project, but what do you call that? Usually we start with number one, nagkaroon nga ba ng viable idea from the design sprint? Pangalawa is when you start testing and prototyping, gaano kataas yung satisfaction rating from the customers? And then pangatlo is siguro nasa corporate level na to, if this actually gets approved by the management and it gets rolled out as a product of that organization, na parang kung yung product ideation yung naging output na gusto ng stakeholder, yung product ba na yun is in-adopt ng company as actually a product that they're offering. Ayan. So again, it depends on your collaboration and what you have set with your stakeholders, and at the same time, the feedback from the customers. Kasi again, di ba, design sprint is big on empathy. So mataas yung measure namin ng success dun sa customer satisfaction.
Very nice, very nice. So, ang maganda lang din doon, design sprint actually includes your stakeholders as part of the team members. Diba? So, recommended na yan. Given na yan kay design sprint. Yeah, we have to close the program, no? Kasi 11:30 na, medyo late na rin kay Jen. She's in the US. Sagutin ko lang yung kay Christopher, baka kasi magtampo, biro lang. So, kailan daw ang right time to run a design sprint? There's no right time. Okay? Every time is the right time. That's at least in my opinion. You just have to find the right problem. Start small, sabi nga ni Jen, di ba? As what you've heard from her, naging curious lang sila sa design sprint, diba? And they've requested it into their company. They've tried to find where they can apply it. Hindi naman pinlano ni Jen, tamang oras na para mag-apply tayong design sprint. No, it's nothing like that.
Even kaya? Joke.
Hindi naman niya in-anticipate, diba, na, okay, design sprint time na. Hindi, wala. Kahit yung dalawang change maker natin, kung wala namang kayo narinig sa kanila na in-assess muna nila kung ready na i-apply si design sprint, right? As long as you apply it to the right problem, sabi nga, di ba, heavy on empathy. So if your aim is to improve the satisfaction, the buy-ins, di ba, gusto mo makuha yung loob kung sino man yung stakeholder mo, gusto mo ma-validate yung idea mo kung tama ba siya or hindi. Di ba? If it's a new process or idea, gusto mo munang malaman kung gagana siya or hindi, the design sprint can be applied. And all of this can be discussed in our session. Thank you so much, Jen. Again, before I close the program, share ko lang yung screen ko. So kasi may mga nagtatanong, no? So para lang at least madaanan ko man lamang. Yan yung 4-day process. 5 days pa yata ang alam ko kila Jen bago namin baguhin. So 5 days pa. Ito 4 days, same, walang nagbago. Same process nung 5 days, but we've shortened it. Ano yung pinag-combine namin kasi mayroon mga free time naman. If you notice, it's not full 4 days as well. Okay, everything will be taught in the training. This slide, you will see this as well. I will send this to you so you don't have to take screenshots or anything. Okay, hindi kami madamot sa material. So, isasend namin yan sa inyo. So, these are the latest, kumbaga, format that we have for design sprint approach. The next step here, ito yung stages lang namin, no? We don't have the design sprint master. We're not doing that yet. Some companies does in, sa US siguro, nandun si Jen, baka maging design sprint master siya. Pero on my side, meron lang kami fundamentals. This is happening next week. If you're interested to get an overview, it's very cheap. Okay, it's just for you to get an introduction of what is really design sprint. Price, kung gusto niyo malaman yung price, tanungin niyo na lang si Chrissy. Okay, the full program will happen around June. This is 4 days, 4.5 hours, 4 days. Every Saturday ang program namin. Si Fundamentals of Design Sprint Saturday din, pero 4 hours lang, Chrissy, 1 day, 4 hours for the introduction, okay? Pero if you're interested with the full sprint, kay Chrissy na rin kayong magtanong, right? So ang schedule namin for the Fundamentals, again, Saturday next week, And then for the full program, that will be on starting January 5. Am I right, Chrissy? January 5? Yes, okay, January 5. And this is what Jen went through as well. So yan yung starting January 5 every Saturday, right? So that's it on my side. I would like to thank everyone, no? Thank everyone spending 1.5 hours of your time with us. We have so far 150 consistent participants. Okay, both in Facebook and here in Zoom. Jen, meron nagsasabi maganda ka daw.
Nagaya ako. Thank you.
Okay, so yun lang, nakita ko lang sa chat. And very insightful presentation, I would agree. Okay, so for any questions you may have, feel